Xander, and welcome back to WWE 2K Universe Mode. Welcome back to another episode of Friday Night SmackDown. It's the final episode before the Clash of Champions pay-per-view. It will be going live tomorrow at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, as usual. We have a big night of SmackDown ahead of us. We're going to see the World Champion Tommaso Ciampa in action. We get the final matchup to determine the fifth man in the Fatal 5-Way for the Intercontinental Championship right now. So it's the fourth and final qualifying match for the Intercontinental Championship. It will determine the fifth man in the matchup as Cesaro is making his way to the ring. Because I know someone will ask me if I don't do this, even though you can find the full match card on twitter.com at LS11Universe, LS11_Universe, most specifically. The matches that you can expect to see at the Clash of Champions pay-per-view tomorrow include Tommaso Ciampa will be defending the World Heavyweight Championship against Randy Orton. Bayley will have to defend her Raw Women's Championship against Bianca Belair and Rhea Ripley. The Undisputed Era will defend the SmackDown Tag Team Championships against Cedric Alexander, Noam Dar of the Hurt Business, and Tony Nese and Drew Gulak. Shinsuke Nakamura will be defending the Intercontinental Championship against the winner of this match between Cesaro and Daniel Bryan. Dominik Dijakovic, Bobby Lashley, and Roderick Strong of the Undisputed Era. Bobby Roode will defend the WWE Championship against Matt Riddle. The Grizzled Young Veterans will be defending their Raw Tag Team Championships against Rey and Dominic Mysterio. And finally, Keith Lee will defend the United States Championship against Kevin Owens. Daniel Bryan and Cesaro on SmackDown. What can I say? It's going to be good. Bryan and Cesaro going one-on-one. The winner gets the final spot in the Intercontinental title match. Cesaro goes straight for a drop kick. Bryan counters with an elbow. Bryan picks up Cesaro and Bryan right hand. And went for a kick. Cesaro catches him with a clothesline. And now Bryan turned over by Cesaro, and Cesaro turns him back over, grabs him by the ankle, and slams him into the mat. And now Bryan, turned over by Cesaro, and Cesaro elbow to Bryan. Cesaro picks him up to his feet, and Cesaro, Bryan slips out of it, shoves him away. Daniel Bryan grabs Cesaro, throws him across the ring, into the corner. Bryan, went for the drop kick, Cesaro out of the way. Cesaro pulls Bryan in, straight jacket, picks him up for a power bomb. Bryan punches his way out of it. And Daniel Bryan, kick to the ribs, right hand, and another knocks down Cesaro. Bryan, there's a kick. And a right hand now knocks him back, and now Cesaro grabs Daniel Bryan, throws him in the corner, and Cesaro, huge uppercut to Daniel Bryan. And Cesaro with a kick. Cesaro now standing over Daniel Bryan as Bryan pulls himself to his feet. Cesaro gets knocked back. And now Cesaro thrown in the corner. Daniel Bryan, drop kick. Bryan goes back in the corner and into another drop kick. Takes Cesaro off his feet. And now Cesaro picked up by Bryan. And Bryan went for a forearm. Cesaro catches him. Cesaro with a jab. And now Cesaro has Bryan up. Knee into the ribs. Cesaro standing over Daniel Bryan. Bryan's down, Cesaro turns him over, and Cesaro, kick to the arm. Cesaro drags him away from the ropes, into the cover. Cesaro, 1, 2, no, Bryan kicks out. And now Cesaro telling Bryan to get back up, and Bryan back to his feet. Cesaro, suplex. Cesaro dominating at this point in the matchup. Leg drop to Bryan there into a cover. Cesaro. 1, 2, no. Bryan gets the shoulder up. And now Bryan's starting to get back to his feet. Cesaro right behind him though. Cesaro, countered by Bryan, who kicks him in the head. And now Daniel Bryan picks Cesaro back up to his feet, and Bryan went for a right. Cesaro knocks him into the ropes, and Cesaro thrown over the top by Daniel Bryan. And now Daniel Bryan grabs Cesaro, and Bryan with a suplex back into the ring. Daniel Bryan picks him up to his feet, and Bryan grabs Cesaro, throws him off the ropes. Bryan, oh, big arm drag from Daniel. Now he picks Cesaro up to his feet, and Daniel Bryan, kick to the knee. Here we go. Bryan, yes, kicks incoming on Cesaro. And one more for good measure. And now Bryan grabs Cesaro. He knows that's not going to be enough to put him down. Throws him in the corner. Bryan, ooh, hung up to dry with this drop kick. Cesaro with a clothesline. And now Cesaro drags him away from the ropes into a cover on Bryan. 1, 2, no. Bryan kicks out. And now Daniel Bryan. He's down. Cesaro. Kick to the back. Bryan up to his feet. Bryan, right hand, and a kick. Daniel Bryan went for a drop kick. Cesaro knocks him back. Cesaro with an uppercut. Takes down Bryan. And now Cesaro picks Bryan up. And Cesaro pops him up. Big uppercut to Bryan. And now Cesaro turns Bryan over. And Cesaro with a kick to the arm of Daniel Bryan. Cesaro now into a cover on Daniel. No, rope break. And Cesaro now telling Bryan it's over. Cesaro kick to the back, takes down Daniel Bryan. Cesaro's calling him up to his feet. Cesaro, here we go. Grabs Bryan. Bryan knocks him back. Bryan kicks him. Here we go, right back into the yes kicks. Daniel Bryan keeping him rolling with the yes kicks to Cesaro. And one more for good measure. Down goes Cesaro. Bryan now into the corner. Daniel Bryan. Here we go. Solid knee plus from Bryan. 1, 2, no. Cesaro kicks out. There's a kick to the knees. Bryan with an uppercut knocks back Cesaro. And now Cesaro throws Bryan across the ring. There's a kick from Cesaro, and Cesaro leg drop. And now Cesaro grabs Bryan. And knee to the head. And now Cesaro with Bryan up to his seated position into a chin lock. Cesaro trying to wrench back on the neck now of Daniel Bryan. And Cesaro doing so, wrenches back again. And Bryan getting up to his feet now. Daniel Bryan up to his feet. Elbow to Cesaro. And again. And Bryan, whoa, oh, wrestles Cesaro down. Yes lock. Bryan with the yes lock, and Cesaro's out. Daniel Bryan takes the final slot. Daniel Bryan is going to fight for the Intercontinental Championship. Daniel Bryan is going to the Clash of Champions to fight for the Intercontinental title. A year since he last had a championship match for the WWE title, Daniel Bryan is now going on the fight for the Intercontinental title. Huge win for the leader of the Yes Movement. This whole crowd rejoicing with Bryan on this one. Let's see what else is going on SmackDown. So Daniel Bryan knocks off Cesaro in that matchup we just saw. It's an incredible few minutes of matchup. Mia Yim, the number one contender to the SmackDown Women's title, teamed up with Candice LeRae to knock off Nia Jax and Tamina in tag team action. Adam Cole knocked off John Morrison. Shayna Baszler, the SmackDown Women's Champion, builds some more momentum as she knocks off Sasha Banks. Up next, the Intercontinental Champion, Shinsuke Nakamura, takes on The Miz. And in the main event, World Heavyweight Champion, Tommaso Ciampa, takes on Jeff Hardy. So, here we go with some more action. As here comes The Miz to the ring. He's going to be getting a big opportunity to take on the Intercontinental Champion tonight. Here comes The Miz. I apologize. I don't really know how to stop that sometimes. Here comes The Miz. And as I said, he is taking on the Intercontinental Champion. The man who we now know defends on Saturday against Daniel Bryan, Dominik Dijakovic, Bobby Lashley, and Roderick Strong. It's Shinsuke Nakamura. Nakamura, huge title defense coming up in just a night's time. Nakamura makes his way to the ring, so it's Nakamura and Miz, one-on-one. Here we go. Nakamura with a knee strike immediately. Goes for a kick, Miz back to his feet. Sweeps the leg. Miz went for a kick, Nakamura catches the leg, sweeps the leg of Miz. And now Nakamura picks up to his feet. Nakamura goes for a chop. Kick to the head. Nakamura knocking Miz back, and Nakamura, no! Kicked in the ribs by Miz. And now Miz, no! Hung him in the ropes by Nakamura. And Nakamura puts his knee in the back of Miz. Nakamura now kicking Miz in the knee over and over here. Nakamura picks him back up. Nakamura for a forearm. Miz countered. Miz. Oh, Nakamura sends him off the ropes, and Nakamura back body drop. Kick to the back. And a knee to the head. Nakamura picking Miz back up to his feet. Nakamura with a kick. And another. Nakamura picks up Miz up on his shoulders. And landslide. Nakamura now picks Miz back up, and Nakamura grabs him, pumps Miz up, and powerbombs him. Nakamura now picking Miz back up to his feet. Went for a right. Miz countered. Miz. And now Miz puts Nakamura in the corner. Miz takes him down with a clothesline. Miz now grabs Nakamura back up to his feet, and Miz kicking the ribs. Nakamura went for a kick. Miz. No, Nakamura with an arm drag. And now Nakamura with another knee strike. Nakamura picks Miz back up to his feet. Nakamura. Chop to the Miz. And, oh, what a German from Nakamura. And now Shinsuke picking Miz back up to his feet. Nakamura, right hand. Grabs Miz again, back up on his feet. Or on his shoulders. And another landslide from Nakamura. Picks him back up to his feet now. Nakamura went for a right. Miz counters again. And now Miz grabs Nakamura. Throws him in the corner now. Nakamura counters. Grabs Miz. Nakamura. Oh, what a kick to the head. Plants Miz in the mat. And now Nakamura. Kick to the back of Miz. And again. Nakamura now picking Miz back up to his feet, and Shinsuke. Kick to the ribs. Another kick. Right hand. Turns him around. Nakamura. Backstabber. Takes Miz off his feet. And now Nakamura. Grabs Miz and picks him back up to his feet himself. Nakamura. Right hand. Turns him around. And throws him across the ring. And now Nakamura. Kick to the knees. Kinshasa to the Miz. Cover. 1, 2, 3. Nakamura beats the Miz. Big win for the Intercontinental Champion tonight, but up next is the main event, Tommaso Ciampa in action. Well, it's main event time, ladies and gentlemen. The world champion's going to be in action, and he's going to be taking on the charismatic Enigma if he comes out. Here he comes. Here comes Jeff Hardy to the ring. Hardy making his way to the ring. Big matchup for Jeff Hardy tonight. I'm getting a one-on-one match with the World Heavyweight Champion. A man who will be defending against Randy Orton in 2 nights' time. Or 1 night's time, I suppose. It'll be Saturday for us. Tommaso Ciampa making his way to the ring. So it's Ciampa and Hardy in our main event. Here we go. As they lock up. Hardy grabs Ciampa, and Jeff Hardy takes Ciampa down into the mat. Hardy's got him by the head now, and Ciampa head scissor on Hardy. And Ciampa wrenches it back in. Hardy back to his feet now, and Jeff Hardy with a chop. For another, Ciampa catches him, and Ciampa picks Hardy up. Hardy with a knee strike. And now Jeff Hardy DDT to Tommaso Ciampa. Hardy picking the world champion back up to his feet. Ciampa, he's going to want to try and get out of this as quick as he can tonight, especially with a matchup with Randy Orton coming up in 24 hours. And now Hardy picks Ciampa up. Atomic drop takes him down. And Jeff went for a drop kick. Ciampa ducked it. I say ducked it. He fell to the floor before Hardy could kick him, let's be fair. Right hand from Hardy. Ciampa grabs him. Ciampa. Knee to the face of Jeff Hardy. Takes him off his feet now, and Ciampa picks him up, and Ciampa now has Jeff Hardy. Picks him up, suplexes him. And now Tommaso Ciampa grabs Jeff Hardy by the neck and wrenches back on his neck. Just working over that neck of Jeff Hardy. Takes him down. Cover. 1, 2, no. Jeff Hardy kicks out. And now Jeff Hardy turned over by Ciampa. Ciampa picks Hardy up. Hardy uppercut to Ciampa. Right hand from Hardy. Ciampa catches him. Ciampa takes out the arm. Of course, Jeff Hardy, an old rival of Randy Orton's from Randy Orton's past. So Ciampa, if he could win over Jeff Hardy, that's going to be very helpful for Ciampa heading into a match with Randy Orton. Look at this, Ciampa. Oh, looked like he was going for the air raid crash, but instead dropped Hardy neck first onto Ciampa's knee. And now Ciampa dragging Hardy away from the ropes and Tommaso into a cover. 1, 2, no. Jeff Hardy kicks out. Hardy. Oh, Ciampa went for a chop. Hardy knocks him back. Ciampa grabs Jeff Hardy, throws him off the ropes. Ciampa, went for a shoulder block. Jeff Hardy sidesteps him. Hardy with a chop. Ciampa went for a right. Hardy knocks him back again. Jeff Hardy. Knee strike to Ciampa. And now Tommaso Ciampa kicks him in the ribs. Ciampa picks up Jeff and plants him into the mat. And now Tommaso Ciampa with a kick to Jeff Hardy. Ciampa turns Hardy over. Hardy kicks him in the head. And now Jeff Hardy gets grabbed by Ciampa. Hardy counters, knocks back Ciampa. Right hand, knocks him back. Went for a kick. Ciampa with a knee strike. Ciampa grabs Hardy up on his shoulders. Here comes Air raid crash from Ciampa. And now Ciampa into the corner. Here we go. Knee strike from Ciampa. Cover. 1, 2, no. Hardy kicks out. Jeff Hardy's down, and now Ciampa. Oh, Hardy kicks back up to his feet. Ciampa catches him. Ciampa's got Hardy. And now Ciampa throws Hardy into the corner. Ciampa, no, kicked in the head by Jeff. Jeff Hardy. Forearm, or clothesline, excuse me. Atomic drop. Oh, the double leg drop. He rolls through and into a drop kick. And now Jeff Hardy setting him up. Hardy into twist of fate. Cover. 1, 2, no. Tommaso Ciampa kicks out. Hardy picking Ciampa up to his feet, and Hardy went for a right. Ciampa counters. And now Ciampa grabs Hardy. And Tommaso Ciampa with Jeff Hardy now. Ciampa taking Hardy towards the ropes, puts him in the ropes, and well, this is definitely going to be a direct message to Randy Orton with Willow's Bell. Cover. 1, 2. Ciampa is your winner. Tommaso Ciampa knocks off Jeff Hardy. The World Heavyweight Champion holds on for another night with a big win over Jeff Hardy. Hardy came close off that twist of fate, but in the end, the Willow's Bell spelled the end for Jeff Hardy. Tommaso Ciampa with a big win. For the World Heavyweight, oh no! RKO from Orton. Randy Orton leaving the World Heavyweight Champion lane with an RKO. He looks up the ramp. Now Orton's going to do it again. RKO on Ciampa again. The fact you haven't heard Shock the System yet tells you just how much Adam Cole knows. Don't provoke Randy Orton when he's this pissed off. RKO again. Orton with a trio of RKOs to the World Heavyweight Champion. Randy Orton has sent a message before Clash of Champions. Like I said, the fact Adam Cole is not rushing down to cash in right here, right now, that tells you just how dangerous Randy Orton is, because Adam Cole knows Randy Orton is not going to let him cash in on Tommaso Ciampa. That's going to do it for tonight, though. Next time you see me, or hear me, I suppose, I'll be with Ray again. It'll be Clash of Champions. Until then, I've been Xander, and that was Universe.